Afghanistan is number one on the World Terror Index, and Nigeria is number two. Fani Femi Kaide, or Femi Fani Kaide, a former aviation minister, Chief Femi Fani Kaide, has taken to his verified Twitter handle to issue a stern warning to the government and Nigerians on how to avert the terror happening in Afghanistan from happening in Nigeria. Femi Fani Kaide and a Taliban fighter. Oh, just a picture. For a few days now, there has been an ongoing forceful transition of power as Taliban fighters overpowered the democratic government installed by the United States government about 21 years ago. The Taliban, who are bent on turning Afghanistan into a full Islamic country and forcefully enforcing the use of Sharia law, chased the democratic president away from the presidential villa and took over the presidential palace. In his statement, Femi Fani-Kaide noted that if Nigerians are not careful, what happened in Afghanistan might eventually happen in Nigeria. Speaking further, he made it known that the way to avoid what is happening currently in Afghanistan from happening in Nigeria is when we stop fighting ourselves and kidding ourselves like we have no major terrorist group in the country. He, however, revealed that Afghanistan ranked first on the World Terror Index table and Nigeria ranked second, asking that, what does this tell you? That we're close to where Afghanistan is. Of course, like, situations are different, but in terms of like drawing parallels from Nigeria and Afghanistan, it really should go in the same direction. And again, like the Taliban, from their history, they have ruled Afghanistan before, and that is 20 years later, because they were actually defeated by, Afghanistan, with obviously backed up by US forces. But 20 years later, so again, it's not like as if, it's a random just invasion. The Taliban is they originated from the southern part of Afghanistan. So again, it's not a stranger, invasion. It's not a strange or a new set of people from elsewhere. They originated from the same country. The same with Nigeria and Boko Haram. Same thing. And things happen little by little. Yes, they did rule from 1996 to 2001, I'm not sure. But from 2000, they were not in power. And now they're in power. And that's just it. Obviously, this is like their comparisons with the Nigeria is going. And for 20 years, they've been on the low. I mean, of course, they couldn't really have been bold because, of course, U.S. armed forces are very strong, but it wouldn't be a shock because it can't be a shock to the people there. Of course, little by little, they started, a certain power, I guess, in some areas, and they were known of, like the people, we knew the Taliban existed. It's just when they forcefully went in. And it's the same thing with Boko Haram. They haven't even forcefully done anything yet. The biggest move they can make is to go to the presidential villa and turn things upside down, which they can, but it's like they're being strategic. They are literally going from places to places in Nigeria, well, especially in the north, and they are bombing, maiming, raping, doing the most, committing crimes against humanity. And it's been going on for more than 10 years now, to a point that it's becoming accustomed to in the country. Let's be honest. It is getting to that point where even Northerners do not even protest against it. Obviously, them protesting against it has to do with a lot of other factors. But yes, the result is that there must have been, desensitization, because it's been 10 years and they have been consistent. And the government has not been consistent in fighting them. So what do you expect? And for the fact that Afghanistan is number one on the World Terror Index and Nigeria is number two, it shows that we're not taking Nigeria seriously as we should. Because in our own daily little world, we are very comfortable. We hear all of this news. Everyone is selfish because it's not happening exactly or directly in your area. Or in any area close to you. A lot of people just choose not to react. A lot of people do not care because it's none of their business. Because do you know what I mean? So, and in my mind, that's the only sort of logical explanation I can give as to why people are not taking this as seriously as they should. If anything, people are already looking on how to leave the country. The word escape in used in the context of Nigeria is beginning to apply. Before, people you say that you could say, okay, fine, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but now when you use the word escape with Nigeria, this word is solidly forming as a proper, emigration, because the word escape is used for Afghanistan as in people are jumping on planes. They are jumping on planes and they're falling off. Obviously, everyone cannot be on a plane, but people are literally desperately hanging onto the wings to escape. That's a severe form of escaping. But we, as Nigerians, we're getting there, except something happens. And I think the red flags are just, I don't know if they're not flagging because it's dangerous. And I think the best thing that Nigerians can do now is to be united. All this Biafra thing, that thing, it really doesn't matter, because for every tribe group that is in the government, at least one representing them in government is betraying them and working against them as a people. So whatever your argument is, it doesn't matter. Whatever your outcome is, does not matter. I think what is required now is that everyone just be united, because the fight is about to get worse and things are about to get worse. The red flags I'm talking about, obviously with repentant Boko Haram bandits that want to be reintegrated into society. How do we want to believe that? That is mad. It's crazy. And then for the fact that there are also rumors, it's also been confirmed, they are ex-repentant Boko Haram bandits. You know what I'm talking about. And those ones want to be reintegrated into the army. And I think that's even the biggest red flag, because it's like, your enemies said they surrendered. Okay, fine. You choose not to put them on trial. You choose not to punish them. And then you then want to add them to... You want to add them to your defense. You want to add them, your enemies, into what you've been using to barely keep your head out of the water for 10 years. Isn't that suspicious? And then Issa Pantami is out here working hard as ever. Obviously, who has expressed his support of Taliban and Al Qaeda, is in charge of Nigeria's information and in charge of Nigeria's technology and digital economy. And he's making plans. Apparently, he has taken some officials to Turkey to change their minds, or sort of influence them to basically help stop digital trading in Nigeria, to stop ICT advancement, and to basically prevent that sector from being industrialized. So these are the red flags. I'm saying this in a calm voice because there's no point panicking, and you know that. But I think it is a cause for panic, and we should be panicking. That's all I have to say. But what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.